Hello and welcome to episode 7 of our Team Lotus F1 Manager series, as we are riding a bit of a wave coming off the back of Miami with our best result of the season today, certainly in the hands of Mick Schumacher, bouncing back tremendously after that disaster he had in China. But I think actually overall in Miami that was our best result of the season. We finished 16th with Mick, which overall doesn't sound too great, but where we have been as a car and team is great because we have been running pretty much 21st and 22nd, although Daniel Ricciardo got a good race result in the second race of the season in Jeddah. That was mainly due to a lot of retirements, where Mick Schumacher, I think we did beat at least 2 or 3 cars on pure pace in Miami. So we did have a couple of upgrades on the car as well. They're actually playing their part now. Looks like we're slowly closing the gap to the cars ahead, and we've still got plenty of upgrades to come. So I still see us 11th, the last team on the grid at the moment, but we're very close to Kick Sauber now and challenging 1 or 2 of either the Alpines and Hasses. So a few more upgrades. Hopefully we can then move into a battle for sort of 8th, moving up to 8th place. And then second part of the season is trying to close the gap on 7th and 6th and getting on the fringes of the points. But we are heading to Imola in this one in 11 days, so hopefully we can get some more design work done. The views have been brilliant on this series, but 90% of people are still not subscribed. So if you are rewatching and coming back to these episodes and you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. You'll then be up to date with all the new episodes as and when they come out. And of course, only if you like the content and only if you like the video, please do drop a like. It really does help out the channel. And as always, do get involved in the comments below. But without delay, let's head in to this next episode and start heading towards Imola for round 7 of this 2024 season. Had our sponsor plan engagement, and unfortunately we missed the target and we've only achieved $713,000, which isn't great, but we did have a mandatory activity which given us 1.1, so I make that nearly $1.9 million we've got from those activities. And we've got the chassis now completed as well, which I think was on Danny Rick's car, but not on Mick's. So we can put that on Mick's. So Mick's now running the same parts as Daniel Ricciardo for Imola, as it stands. So we now need to set up our sponsor plan for the next 6 weeks, and we're trying to limit the effect it has on things such as our factory, so our development, also driver development and mentality, although we have done that with Daniel Ricciardo, because although it will affect his mentality, obviously his development rate, not too bothered about as he is older, so that's fine. Most of the others will lose a bit of staff performance, race engineer, staff performance, weather facility, and driver mentality, but that is a very small sponsor event, so I don't think it'll have a major effect. So we've done the ones that hopefully limit the effects it has on the team overall. Right, we now have our new side pods manufactured as well, so we can put them on the car, and we've got them for both cars as well. I think if we have a look now, for our latest designs, both drivers should have each of them on the car. So chassis, they're running the second spec, front wing they are as well, rear wing they are, side pods they are, underfloor they are, suspension they're not, but that is being manufactured. Unfortunately, it's not going to be ready for this race though. That's 13 days away. And I don't think, we're not going to have any new designs complete now before Imola, so that's pretty much it. We'll probably just go in now and manufacture a couple of spare parts on those that are running low. We can have a look at the car analysis now. And it's showing that high speed, we're now up to 13th with Daniel Ricciardo's car. Hopefully that should be 14th and 18th on the speed with Mick. It is indeed. So yeah, running the same parts now. But yeah, 13th on high speed, 17th on medium, 17th on low speed. So still, although we've been working now on the low speed and medium speed, we're still much more suited to those high speed tracks. But we haven't got any of those coming up for a little while, which is frustrating. So the other thing actually to look at here is, again, just to compare ourselves to where we're at with the other teams. So this again is against Bottas. So as you see, low speed, medium speed, high speed, we're certainly beating them in that race. Dirty air tolerance is effectively the same. Tire preservation is better, engine cooling is better, total weight is better. It's just the speed that's letting ourselves down. So we are developing another rear wing. We'll do a couple of those to try and pump up that top speed and acceleration. Let's see where we're at against the Haas. So as before, the Haas is still ahead of us in low speed and medium speed and top speed. We are ahead in high speed, but we're starting to gain on them. What about Alpine? So Alpine, again, acceleration we're better as well, which is a surprise. And we're not too far off top speed. This is probably because we're running their engine. We're running a Renault engine. Their DRS effectiveness is much better, but we're not too bothered about that. Better on the low, medium, and high speed. Dirty air tolerance, they're a lot better. But we're better on the components. So really, for me, this should be enough to be beating these Alpines now. Still very close. And obviously the drivers help. They have got a very good driver lineup there as well. What about Williams? So Williams, yeah, we're a little bit further back on at the moment. So a little bit more work to do. But certainly we should now be challenging those Kick Saubers and Alpines more regularly, especially at a high-speed track. That's really where we're going to come into our own. We're very good at high speed. But as I say, I don't think we've got a high-speed track for a few races yet. I think it's Austria, actually, which is classed on here, anyway, on the game. The main characteristics of the track is high speed. So for the next, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4 races, it's either a balance of low, medium speed. So we'll see what happens when we get to Austria, when we get to high speed. Although our car balance might have changed by then, of course, because we've got those other designs in the works. But with that said, I think we're pretty much ready to jump into this one. Looks like we've got a missing part on the car here, which must be on Mick's car. Yeah, suspension. So put that on there. The powertrains on Daniel Ricciardo's car is getting worn, and the gearbox, but we'll run that in practice and then we'll put the fresh one in for qualifying. But let's set the race targets. I'm going to go for 20th or higher with both. I feel we can beat 2 cars. I feel if there's a retirement as well. So I think we've got to start going for that, because that's going to give us 1.1 million then for each race. And we need that money. We need that cash. We need that dough. So with that said, let's jump in to practice in Imola round 7. So Mick is out of the garage, closely followed by Daniel Ricciardo in this first practice session in Imola. Now, this is the first time in a few races I think both cars have got the exact same parts on, so hopefully they'll be closely matched. Hopefully we can get their setups up here and aim for that 100% driver preparation, but we'll see how we do as we head into practice. Ricciardo has had to retire from practice 3, a mechanical fault. We were running very warm parts, but that's unfortunate with a lot of this session to go. And Mick Schumacher's also got a terminal engine issue, so he might not last much longer either. Oh, and as we thought, Mick has retired as well. Well, the replay shows him in the pit, but that's not right. He's had an engine blow up. So both drivers have retired. I don't know if we'll see a replay of it here. Here we go. Engine has given out in practice 3 after Daniel Ricciardo retired. So is Mick Schumacher. So that's not going to put us in the greatest of places now, heading into qualifying. There we have it then. That is the end of practice in Imola, and it goes a little bit wrong for us in that final practice session. We were running warm parts, and they weren't too worn on Mick's side, but they still failed, and that's cost us because we didn't quite get the full set of feedback on the setup satisfaction. And obviously, we've lost some track acclimatization and car parts knowledge. So it's 94% track acclimatization for Mick, car parts knowledge 89%, and setup satisfaction is unknown. So it currently has a driver prep of 75%. However, the setup satisfaction we did have as high as 99%. So that will come good in qualifying. Danny Rick, track acclimatization 88%. His parts failed earlier, so didn't quite get enough running time again, and less than Mick. Car parts knowledge the same at 89%. And again, setup satisfaction unknown, giving him a driver preparation of 74%. But again, his setup satisfaction was 99% before we chased that final 1%. So I think really their driver prep is going to be about 96, 97% once we get that full set of feedback in qualifying. And we've got qualifying in Imola coming up next. Imola Q1 then, and we are about to go for our second flying laps here. We're in 18th and 19th after the first runs. Bit close to this Merc here, bit of a sandwich. This isn't ideal, but let's see what we can do then. Joe isn't too far away from us either, so we're looking for some good sector times here. This isn't ideal though, the spacing between the cars. Danny Rick had to get out of the way on his outlap, and that's bunched us right up here. And we're not going quicker with Danny Rick in that first sector, and he's the one with clean air. It's Hamilton that we're holding up, and he's right on the bubble there. Hamilton goes for the overtake. Whoa, this is just... Oh, what has happened? And, yeah. That is just catastrophic right there. Hamilton overtook Danny Rick, pushed him out wide, and then we missed the... we missed what happened. It looks like Hamilton nearly ran into another driver who was getting out of the way, and the same happened for Mick Schumacher. So we're not going to go quicker here. We are not going to go quicker here. We're going to call Mick in. And we're going to call Danny Rick in. The spacing was always going to be an issue. There wasn't our fault there. As I say, the outlap caused, when we had to get out of the way, just bunched us right up. That's unfortunate then. Hamilton wouldn't have gone quicker though. So Hamilton might be knocked out in Q1. He didn't abandon his lap though. He did finish that lap. So where's Zhou? Zhou, we've got Hulkenberg across the line next. Hulkenberg. Does he go quicker? He does. So we're now down to 19th and 20th. It'll be Zhou, then Correa. Let's see if we... Oh, and Gasly. Gasly's finished. So we have out-qualified Gasly, sorry. We won't be dead last. Zhou is already ahead of us, so that doesn't matter, actually. What about Correa? Correa doesn't go quicker, so we do out-qualify Pierre Gasly and Correa. Correa has got a mechanical issue, so I think that's why. But we are getting closer to these Alpines, so maybe Gasly... Yeah, not having a great lap because he's about half a second behind his teammate. But we will start the full race in Imola. 19th with Mick Schumacher and 20th with Daniel Ricciardo. And Hamilton, he did get knocked out in Q1 there. So as we said there, we qualify 19th and 20th. But the big surprise, due to Hamilton being right up the gearbox of Daniel Ricciardo and then traffic, gets knocked out in Q1. Let's see what happened in Q3. And Charles Leclerc is on pole for Ferrari. Max Verstappen second, Sergio Perez third, Carlos Sainz fourth, Lando Norris fifth, then his teammate Oscar Piastri sixth, George Russell seventh, Fernando Alonso eighth, the other Aston Martin Stroll in ninth, and Yuki Tsunoda in 10th. Any surprises in Q2? Not really. So let's jump in and set our strategy then for this race. So it says that the one stop is best on a medium and hard, but with lockups and issues with our drivers, I don't think we can make a one-stop work. So I think what I'm going to do is I've set up this, which is going on the hard, then the medium, then finishing on the soft. But what we can do, because we're going hard-medium, is we can change it into a one-stop. Whereas we start on the softs, which was the suggestion for them, which they put in, was a soft, medium, hard. Obviously, we don't have that flexibility. So I think starting on the hards... Then we can see how the race goes and we can extend and maybe turn this into a one-stopper, sorry. If not, we continue with the two-stopper. So I think I'm going to go with that. So we're going to start on the hard tyres with both drivers for the first stint. Second stint is the mediums and the final stint is a soft. So a two-stopper with both drivers as we head in to the Grand Prix in Imola. 5 lights. Oh, for quite a while again. And we're off. Charles gets a good start. Looks like he's going to retain the lead. I don't know, Max got a good run on him. Ricciardo is getting past Mick early on here. Mick's having a nightmare start. He's got Correa all over him. What's the tyres looking like? We're the only ones running this first stint on the hards. So you would expect us probably to fall backwards in this first stint.
I don't think we can do much more.
And Hamilton's lost a place as well. Hamilton down to 18th.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
As Correa does get past Danny Rick.
The RB drivers involved.
What a long way back here.
Give it a go.
Oh, good move. Good move from Juan Manuel Correa.
That moves up a place.
On those softer compound tyres, of course. So yeah, everyone on the mediums, apart from 2 Team Lotus drivers, ourselves, Ricciardo and Mick on the hards, and then Gasly right at the back on the softs. Actually, Bottas on the softs as well. Gasly's going to want to be getting past us here on these softs for his strategy. She looks like he will do. He'll have better grip. But he doesn't quite do it. He's going to get a good exit here, though. DRS enabled. And what we'll do is we'll just drop everything down to standard now, as Gasly does make that move. Gasly past Ricciardo, as we saw there. So Ricciardo dead last, Mick in 20th. But everyone around us are on quicker tyres.
Okay.
We've got to be patient for this one.
Just make sure you're looking after your tyres.
Gasly's getting ever closer. Ooh. Duke's to the right-hand side, going for the outside. Doesn't look like he's going to make it work, though. Mick holds him off well there, but it's only going to be a matter of time. Mick is out of that DRS, which isn't ideal. Would like to try and just push Mick back up to that DRS. Try to do it without damaging these tyres, basically. Gasly's already down to 84% on those softs, so the longer we can keep here behind us, the better for us. And it looks like Mick has just caught up and got into that DRS now.
Copy.
And probably need to do the same with Ricciardo, so he doesn't lose touching distance. Falling a little bit back there is Danny Rick. We just need to get him up to the back of Gasly. But yeah, Mick has got DRS open now. Joe has fallen off this little group of cars, though. As we're managing Daniel Ricciardo, but Mick has got past Joe.
There's the opening.
Good pace from Mick on those hards. DRS, of course, assisted there.
Mick says Dankeschön. Thank you very much.
But Mick is up to 19th now in this one. We're just managing Ricciardo, so we didn't see that because we're trying to get Ricciardo in Gasly's DRS, but we can't quite do it. Might have to just lean on the tyres a little bit with him. And we are now there, so we can come off that now. Daniel Ricciardo looking to go around the outside of Gasly like Gasly did to us on the opening lap. And job done. And we'll have DRS to pull away as well. Although Gasly have DRS, we're in a bit of a DRS strain. Is that Mick Schumacher making another move on K-Mag? It is, and K-Mag's got no DRS. K-Mag not giving it up, but Mick braves it out. Lovely jubbly, Mick. We're up to P18. Hamilton's the next car. There's a bit of a gap now, though. 3.5 seconds. Cars at 87%. Gasly's falling off quite a bit. Ooh, on board. We like this. And a good move. K-Mag didn't give it up there on the inside, but Mick played strong out there. Got the move done. And we're now up to P18 with Mick. P21 with Danny Rick, but he's now on the tail of these cars. K-Mag then getting the place back on Mick there. Just too close coming off the last corner. DRS. Pretty much an easy overtake really for K-Mag. So we might swap and change this position with K-Mag quite a few times now. Looks like this is where the pace is at with this group of cars at the moment. So as we said, we thought this might fluctuate a bit between ourselves and K-Mag, and Mick is back past him there. Good little move, but he's got to defend here on the DRS.
And Mick Schumacher says Dankeschön.
Oh, it looks like we actually got the DRS there, so that's worked out well for us.
Copy.
A 2.8 off Hamilton, and it is still Hamilton in 17th. Really bogged down there, Hamilton. On the mediums, can't get past Bottas on the softs. Looking like a real struggle for the Mercedes there. Mick's just going to do a bit of topping up here. We're still good on the tyres here. Ricardo's still hanging on there. I wonder if we can just conserve a bit of...
looking after your tyres.
not with Mick, sorry, with Danny Rick. I wonder if we can just conserve a bit of tyre life whilst he's in that DRS.
No more management.
Oh, Joe.
Okay.
Just use this time when we're in his DRS, top up the battery, try and conserve a bit of tyre life, see if we can extend. We might be able to make this one stop work for Danny Rick. As I say, we have set it up on a 2-stop. If we can stretch these hards, yeah, through to probably lap 35, 36, something like that. Daniel Ricciardo, DRS. Oh, that was a late move, really, from Joe. Really closing a door, slamming the door shut there. Very dangerous. I can put him on aggressive overtake, but Joe is only 1.8 or 2 seconds off K-Mag. What is Joe running here? Might be worth just getting past him here. The engine is getting hot there. Time to drive in some clean air as well.
Okay, understood.
Try and bring the engine temp down a bit. We're going to make a move here like Mick did a moment ago. No, a little bit too far back there.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
A little bit far off him now as well, coming off that last corner. DRS is open. I don't know if we're too far back on this occasion though. I think we are. Now we've dropped that down by a couple of degrees, so I think what we'll do is we'll come off the driving clean air just so we can get a better tow. Because we weren't getting that tow, of course, last time round.
Understood.
We have topped up the battery pretty well as well now. Gasly just about hanging on.
Okay, gotcha.
Again, we look a little bit too far back. Will we get a bit more of a tow this time? Must have deployed out of that corner, Joe, because he had great pace off the back corner there. Getting closer, but not enough, not enough. This is good, because we are conserving some tyre life. Joe is still only 2 seconds off K-Mag. I think what we'll do, we'll give Ricciardo some deployment out of this next, the final corner this time. Or approaching that final corner.
Stable. Stable with that bit of deck.
I feel we've got a much better pace than Joe at the moment, so we want to try and get by him now. So we get some deployment now.
Okay, understood.
We're past him, but we got that done really early, and that's going to throw DRS to him, I think. Can't quite see the rear wing of Joe. Has he got that open? Not closing enough either way, so we have got that move done. I didn't want to celebrate that too early because we got it done so early. I felt Joe might have an opportunity to come straight back at us there, but no, job done.
Okay.
Which is very nice indeed. So Ricciardo moves up to 20th. And he can go back on standard now with his tyres. We've got a yellow flag. Was that Bottas? Or was it Zhou? Zhou behind us, so he's not going to be a problem now.
Things look fine here.
Chasing Danny Rick after being overtaken.
Well, you can see the lockup.
Oh, and a big lockup. Gasly moves past him as well. So Zhou won't be a problem for Danny Rick now. Gasly's out of the DRS. And Danny Rick soon into K-Mag's DRS. Let's just have a look at tyres. Gasly down to 46%. Zhou 50. K-Mag 46. We are going to see the first round of pit stops soon. We'll just keep stretching these hards out. What would be lovely is, you know, safety car, virtual, anywhere between lap mid-20s to mid-30s. We can decide on two-stopper or one-stopper. Daniel Ricciardo, soon on the back of K-Mag. And looks like he's going to make this move. And he is indeed. Danny Rick then gets past Zhou straight on the back of K-Mag. And up to 19th now. So we're now running 18th with Mick, 19th with Daniel Ricciardo. So we have another look at that move.
And we're watching Daniel Ricciardo.
Not the greatest replay to start with the rear wing, but there we go. There's K-Mag.
And Daniel Ricciardo moves up the field.
These hards working quite well now, this phase of the Grand Prix, as it looks like Hamilton is finally past Bottas. Bottas tyres looking like he'll need a pit stop pretty soon. But we're now on to the back of Bottas with Mick. Yeah, it looks like Bottas really struggling with tyres now. He's already 1.4 behind Hamilton. He's only just lost that place. Won't be surprised to see Bottas peel into the pits here. As Mick looks like he's going to get this done nice and early. Is he around the outside here? Lovely work from Mick. The grip is much more superior for us in that Team Lotus at the moment. Bottas does not pit though. That is a surprise. Mick gets the DRS. How far back is Ricciardo? Ricciardo's too far back at the moment. Look at this lovely move for Mick. Didn't lose a lot of time behind Bottas here. Getting squeezed a little bit. Flicks the nose on the outside. Lovely move.
And up they go to 7th.
And Mick now into 17th. Bit of DRS there to pull away. There's now a bit of a gap to Logan Sargent, so 2.5 seconds. Logan on the mediums. We are expecting the first round of pit stops pretty shortly. Ricciardo losing a bit of time to Bottas now, but good move. Just going to say, we're now starting to get held up a little bit by Valtteri Bottas. Ricciardo gets past, and Bottas surely going to pit at the end of this lap. Those softs are really gone off now. Let's have a look at this. This was a nice move. Don't expect it into here. Danny Rick, brave. Sticks it down the inside. And we dispatch Valtteri Bottas. And we're now 17th and 18th with Mick Schumacher and Daniel Ricciardo. So making good progress here. Sargent pits. That's an early pit for someone on the mediums, really. Bottas pits as expected behind us. Yeah, Sargent on the mediums. That's quite early, really, compared to these. Although Magnussen might have to pit as well. So you'd like to get into the 20s before pitting. But Sargent is in, as is Bottas. And he's going on some mediums after running the softs. And Correa's got back past Hamilton. So Hamilton are having a bit of a nightmare race here. Gasly now pitting as well, who was running last on those softs. So he's now in. He's gone hard. So is he going for a one-stop? Expect Gasly's going to come out dead last here. Sargent makes his way past. Bottas? Yeah, but also I'll get him because quite a long pit exit here. K-Mag's pitted as well. He went a little bit longer, so let's see if he's been... Well, he was behind Bottas anyway. I wonder where Gasly is in all of this. Got to move out of the way there as well, K-Mag. So, yeah, Gasly's not going to be too far behind him. And Norris has developed an issue. Perez got quite a significant issue, it looks like, here. Car condition. Where's Perez? There's Perez. Yeah, 25% on his engine. Is he going to make the race? Perez might have to retire in this race if that continues. We've got a virtual safety car here.
Understood.
Not Ricciardo or Schumacher. I feel that we should pit both drivers. Gasly's retired. What's happened to Pierre? He's in the wall. We didn't get a replay of that.
So unlucky.
Yeah, I don't know. Pierre, you've binned it. Right, do we... I think we pit here. I think we have to. And I think we have to make this two-stopper work now. What's the gap between them? 2.6. There might be a little bit of... Might lose half a second, Daniel Ricciardo. Albon's had a pit stop issue. That's nice.
Okay, understood. Box is flat.
We're going to pit both drivers. So, as I say, this is what we were trying to do with these hards. If we would have got to lap 30, we probably would have had to pit by lap 30 by Mick. We were looking to pit around lap 32, 33 with Danny Rick. If a safety car or virtual would have fallen in those 30s, we might have tried and make one stop work. But it was always going to be a medium. So we're still going to do that medium here, but it will be a two-stop. So it'll be a medium now, soft later in the race. But the leaders there, all benefiting at the moment who are pitting. As you can see, Verstappen, Charles, Sainz, Norris, Russell, Stroll, top 8. A lot of them in the top 8 benefiting from this. Those that had already pitted below us.
You are approaching some debris.
Those that pitted already below us are going to lose out a little bit. We'll still get overtaken by Ocon, Hulkenberg, potentially Correa as well, and Albon. It looks like we'll jump Bottas and Sargent. So that has worked out quite well for us. Gasly out of the race. He was dead last, having a bit of a stinker to be fair back there. Right, let's hope then our pit crew can deliver the goods here. It's going to be a little bit of a delay for Danny Rick, I feel, but it's worth the time he'll gain will supersede what he lost. As long as we don't mess up, mix our pit stop here. We need a good clean stop. .6. Oh, that's clockwork. That's 2.6 for both of them. Oh, that's a thing of beauty, Team Lotus. We've absolutely smashed those pit stops. I don't think Danny Rick had to be held up there. He just swung straight into the pit box. The pit crew delivered them one after the other. 2.6 for both. That's lovely work from the team. And we are out in a net 16th and 17th. So that's where we are on merit now. 2.4 off Albon. Albon's on fresh tyres. Yeah, so we're not really at net gain here, are we? Let's just turn everything up now. The virtual safety car's about to end. So we are green flag now. I was just having a look at tyres. Yeah, Albon, Correa, Hamilton, they all benefit from that as well. Correa did stop a lap or so before. Hulkenberg's lost out a bit of time because he would have pitted before. And Ocon's tyre. So Ocon might be struggling later on in this race. We're now on the mediums, of course, so we're on a quicker tyre than those ahead of us, but we are going to stop again. Can Sargent, K-Mag and Zhou get them to the end? I'm not sure they can. So we might be pretty good here. What's Bottas saying? Bottas going to have to stop again. We might be pretty good here with no mistakes to gain to actually come home in 16th and 17th here. To be a nice little result for us in Imola. So we were going aggressive on that final soft stint, as you can see, which is lap 51. So we probably won't get these mediums to lap 51. So we'll probably have to stop lap 48 and then just go standard on softs at the end. Bottas is in for his second stop. And that'll be his final stop. And he's out in dead last. He's on hards as well. So again, hards to the end. We're going to be on some nice softs at the end. So yeah, we just need Mick and Danny Rick to keep it clean, no mistakes, and we'll come home, hopefully in 16th, 17th, which will, collectively, both cars finishing, be our best result of the season. So Sargent's making his second stop, going hards again. But yeah, I don't think Sargent's going to be an issue for us at all. And we're at 43, so we're going to stop in another 4 or 5 laps probably with Daniel Ricciardo. Probably Mick as well, to be fair. Right, we've got multiple cars crashed. Our drivers are safe. Is this a virtual? Is it a safety car? It's George Russell. Oh, it's been punted.
What the?
Must have been Alonso. It's just a yellow, so just a yellow flag, unfortunately, so we can't capitalise on that. Russell has to pit, though. His rear wing is absolutely munched, but on this game, obviously, that doesn't class a retirement, as it would in real life. Alonso's in as well. He's going to get a penalty straight away for that. So, this looks like a... just serving their pit time there. Alonso's got to change that front wing as well. So he lost 5 seconds for the penalty. Front wing change. That's cost Alonso big time. Hamilton is going to jump him as well.
Here's the replay.
Oh, Mick's ran
Now we're
wide.
down
We had a
at
yellow flag
39.
briefly there. Hopefully it's nothing major,
we've
Mick.
seen a few
That's
go off
fine.
the
That's
track
fine,
there.
Mick. That's
Really,
fine. Just calm it
you must
down.
be
Calm it
careful.
down, baby. Keep it calm. Keep it calm, Mick. He didn't lose much time there, so that's not an issue. Right, state of play, 46 laps. So we've got 17, 18 laps to go here. Ocon is not really closed on us, although we've got to pit. So as I say, he's not in our race. Ricciardo's 2.5 off Mick in 16th. Ricciardo in 16th, 2.5 off Mick, who's in 15th, who's 14 seconds off Albon. So we haven't really got a race ahead of us. I think Ocon will make his way past us, but beyond that, I think 16th, 17th is certainly ours. We're going to pit Mick shortly.
Now we're watching
Ocon gets
Esteban
past
Ocon
Ricciardo,
here.
so as I say, Ocon not really in our race. He's coming through on that fresh tyre, although it's not that fresh now. It's quite a few laps old, but will have pace advantage. So gets past Daniel Ricciardo.
And Esteban Ocon is able to climb up.
Mick is in then for the second stop, going on the softs here till the end. Let's hope for another clean stop. 2.6 for both drivers on that first stop. What can we do here? 2.5, lovely. The pit stops have been lovely and clean so far. Let's get Daniel Ricciardo on those softs as well. Ooh, an 8th on the fastest pit stop, so we'll take that. And Mick has cleared Bottas, so that was the group of car behind us, so we should be absolutely fine now. And we can push on the fuel. We can have a little bit of push. Can't really do much with the tyres. And we've got 15 laps to go, so Ricciardo is going to be a little bit closer to Bottas here. Bottas might undercut Ricciardo. But we should be able to move past pretty quickly. I mean, Zhou's pitting anyway, so it is really just Bottas. I think Bottas might undercut us here. Zhou, it doesn't matter because he'll be coming into the pits shortly. Here we go. Is it another clean stop for us? 2.7, the worst of the day, but we'll take that. That's been a good day for the pit crew. Good work from us. So here we go. Mick is going to be past Ricciardo. Yeah, Bottas will be as well. Well, he is going to be close, actually. Have a lot quicker... yeah, I was going to say, and he'll have a much quicker pace on that straight, plus his tyres will be up to temperature, so that's fine. We lose out to Bottas on the undercut, but I'm pretty confident we can get him.
Now we
see here, this is just pace advantage.
Now this was Valtteri Bottas.
Danny Rick not up to speed after coming out of the pit.
Opening.
lane, as you can see. But it was close. Another half a second there, we would have been on to the apex of the corner and stayed ahead. Right, where's Ricciardo here then? Are we going to make a move? Yes. And it looks like we were behind Bottas before that DRS detection zone, so we will have DRS to pull away as well. Bottas going to want to fight it back. But I don't think he's going to be able to here because we should open that rear wing. There it goes. And we should have done enough there to pull away.
Now here we are at the final corner.
We go, look, just before the detection zone, then we make the move past Bottas. Gave him plenty of room, didn't force him out there.
And the overtake is made.
Got the superior grip now on these lovely fresh softs. And as I say, DRS to pull away as well now. So we should be able to just get up the road. And that's really going to be all she wrote, hopefully. And the rest of the field, everyone up to 6th had been lapped. Which is absolutely mad. Yeah, we took 5 seconds out of Correa on that final lap there. So we finish in 16th with Mick Schumacher and 17th with Daniel Ricciardo, and that is a really good result for us. Best collective result with 2 cars finishing of the season. And as I say, we beat Bottas, Magnussen, Sargent and Zhou on pace, on merit. And although Gasly crashed out, I think we would have had him as well. So final results then in Imola, as we saw, Max Verstappen wins, Charles Leclerc in 2nd, Carlos Sainz 3rd, Lando Norris 4th, Oscar Piastri 5th, and the rest of the grid lapped. Unbelievable pace from this top 5. Lance Stroll 6th, up 3 places. Yuki finishes 7th in the end, up 3 places. Lewis Hamilton, good race in the end for him. He was bogged down, wasn't he, in 17th, 16th, 17th for quite a while, but ends up 9 places into 8th place, helped probably by the Fernando Alonso and George Russell accidents, which still Alonso beats him, comes away in 9th, Russell 10th. Then down here, as you see, Mick Schumacher finishes 16th and Daniel Ricciardo finishes 17th. And as I've said, that's by far our best result of the season and a good indication of where this car is heading now. So we are very happy with that in Team Lotus indeed. Driver Championship should be Max leading the way. So he's got it a little bit comfortable now, hasn't he, Max? He's winning quite a few of these opening races. So it's 6 race wins now. What's this? I think this is race 7, I believe, of the season. Yeah, it's race 7, isn't it? Miami was round 6. So yeah, out of the 7 races, Max has won 6 of them. And he's won both sprints. So pretty dominant. Only 1 race he's not won so far. Carlos Sainz is 2nd. He's got a little bit of a margin on Lando Norris in 3rd. Then Oscar Piastri. Then Charles Leclerc. Sergio Perez finishes out of the points. So managing that engine problem. And finishes out of the points. And that's going to be a big problem for the constructors, which we'll see shortly. Because, yeah, he's not gained any points for his team there. Very reflective of real life, isn't it? George Russell in 7th, only a point. He was punted from behind. Fernando Alonso, nothing he could do with that. Had to pit for a front wing, had rear wing damage throughout the race. So a struggle for George, but still picks up a point. Lance Stroll in 8th. He's jumped his teammate Alonso, who's in 9th. And Lewis Hamilton gets 4 points, but remains in 10th. Then the other point scorer so far, Yuki Tsunoda, still in 11th, but gains 6 points. So he's closing to this top 10. Ocon didn't score, neither did Albon. They're the only points left on the board, with Ocon currently on 2, Albon on 1. Everyone else yet to score. Constructors, so Red Bull are in fact still leading the way, even though Perez didn't score. But it is only a 20-point margin to Ferrari, who gained 33 points over this weekend. So good haul of points for them. McLaren dropped to 3rd, but they're still, 29 points off top. So 29 points separates this top 3, so very close still between the top 3. Then a big margin to Aston Martin, who do jump Mercedes, and that's probably helped because of that Alonso punt. So it's worked out in the end. They gain 10 more points and they're up to 53 and 4th. Mercedes 5th on 51. RB in Yuki's hands get another 6 points. They're up, or they remain in 6th. Alpine 7th with 2. Williams 8th with 1 point. And Haas kicks out, but Team Lotus yet to score. The fastest pit stop, what did we do in this one then? So we did get 2 points. Our pit stops were pretty good, but it looks like you got to do 2.5 or under to get some points at the moment. But I think we did a 2.6, a 2.6, then a 2.5, and then the last one was a 2.8 or 9. But pretty good there for us. We gained 2 points there. So where are we sitting? Alpine atop. They go to top, so they're doing something right. And we fall. No! We gained 2 points, but Haas, Hulkenberg. There's not much in it, is there? We're talking hundredths here. So between us and Hulkenberg's 300ths, 13 points. So we actually drop to bottom now in the fastest pit stop. So a little bit more work to do there, but I'm confident, you know, I'm confident we can get off the foot of the table in that one. But that brings this one to a close. So a very enjoyable one. I mean, the race was, for phases, pretty dull. Probably more of a quick one, especially on the highlighted version that you'll see on YouTube. So you're not already, make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Like the video if you like the content, and do get involved in the comments. But yeah, if you're not already, please do head over to the main YouTube page and check out the highlighted versions of these videos. But as I say, yeah, it was maybe quite dull in parts, but we'll take that because no instance, Mick ran wide. But apart from that, we had the incident with Alonso and George. That was a brief yellow flag. And then obviously the big one was the virtual for Gasly that we took advantage of. But we'll take dull because we brought the car home in our best position. So it's a very good race. But what's more appealing to me really is actually we're beating them on merit. Although we took advantage of that virtual safety, I think we would have beat a few of them. Maybe would it have been 16th, 17th? Not sure. I think it would have been around that personally. So the car is definitely getting better. So if we can continue this design work, money pending, because money is an issue this first season, but if we can keep churning out some of these designs, don't know if we can score points this year, but I think we can certainly get on the fringes. We can start to now, as I say, the next stage for us, we're beating those kick Saubers, what we did today. Looks like we can beat the second drivers of Haas, Alpine, and Williams. It's now about doing enough design work so we're beating their lead cars. Then we're around somewhere, what, 12th to 14th. So next is sort of challenging the RBs and then getting back on the fringes of the points on those top 5 teams. So that's where we're at. It's looking good. It's heading in the right direction. Thanks as always for the support, and thanks for tuning in. And we'll be back very soon with the next episode of our Team Lotus F1 Manager series.